while the time came for Elizabeth to have her child, and she gave birth to a son. And when her neighbours and relations heard that the Lord had shown her so great a kindness, they shared her joy. Now on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child. They were going to call him Zechariah after his father. But his mother spoke up. "No," she said, "he is to be called John." They said to her, "But no one in your family has that name," and made signs to his father to find out what he wanted him called. The father asked for a writing tablet and wrote, "His name is John." And they were all astonished. At that instant his power of speech returned, and he spoke and praised God. All their neighbours were filled with awe, and the whole affair was talked about throughout the hill country of Judea. All those who heard treasured it in their hearts. "What will this child turn out to be?" they wondered. And indeed the hand of the Lord was with him. The child grew up and matured, and he lived out in the wilderness until the day he appeared openly in Israel. And of course, Luke is writing here about John the Baptist, the cousin of Jesus, the one who was born just before him, the one who would point people to the Messiah. I imagine that as cousins, they probably knew one another quite well. They grew up together. And then John stepped back and let Jesus take the forward place. And all this is sort of prefigured in the reading we've just heard. People expect John, to be just one of the family, and they want to name him Zechariah after his father. However, Elizabeth, filled with the Spirit, says, "No, this boy is to be called John." And when Zechariah confirms it and miraculously gets his speech back, people know that something special is going to happen. It's interesting. They could have just said, "Oh wow, something's happened here. Oh, how amazing," and then gone about their daily business. But they didn't. They treasured it in their heart. And I wonder how many of us, when something happens in our lives, how many of us just dismiss it as something happening, and how many of us treasure it in our hearts. Because that's what God is inviting us to do. Hold the word, stay close to it, treasure it, let it be of value. John was not afraid to stand up for Jesus. And of course we all know that in standing up for Jesus he ultimately lost his life. He was a martyr for him. I rather hope that I don't have to do that in the sense of losing my physical life, but who knows? But certainly each one of us has things in our daily life, has times in our daily life, when we're called to die to ourselves in order to stand up for Jesus. And I pray that we will have the grace to do that we will be sensitively aware of these times, that through treasuring the Word of God in our hearts, we may know fairly certainly straight away that this is a time when we need to die to ourselves in order to be for God. May your week be a blessed and happy one.